Hi, and welcome to Hoffman's Hot Seat. I'm Tom Hoffman with 121 Media, coming to you from the Dreamforce event here in San Francisco. And I'm joined today by Tina Valdez, who's Vice President of Technology Innovation at TeleTech. And today, Tina and I will be talking about how technology can be used as an enabler for improving the customer experience. Tina, thanks so much for joining us.
Indeed.
So, can you talk a little bit about how technology can be used to help enable the customer experience?
Yeah, I think the first thing to recognize is that in order to deliver a good customer experience, you really have to know what your customers value in what you deliver. Be it your products, how you deliver that product, how you service them, and then how you interact with them. So technologies can really help along that whole life cycle. How do you gather that information from the customers? Where do you store it? How do you access it? And then, just speaking from a multi-channel perspective, how do you contact and interact with them? Do they want it to be via chat, social? Is it over the phone? So all those are technology features that help you interact with your customers better.
That's interesting. Can you talk a little bit about how, or recommendations as to how companies can gather those types of insights about their customers?
Absolutely. So when you're very first starting off in a customer cycle, the first thing you want to understand is how do you touch, how do you reach out to that customer? What are the products that I have? And what is the life cycle of those products with that customer's buying cycle or with their service cycle? So gathering that information, first knowing your own products. What is your knowledge management system that you have in there? So there's a technology that supports your product, that takes your product from when you very first innovated it all the way through the end of its life cycle. So you're maintaining that information there. Now how do my customers interact? So I'm buying a product. Is the next thing I'm going to buy a warranty on that product? Is it a supporting adjunct product, a case in the example of laptops? So how do I now use that information and reach out to my customers through the different channels? So now you start plugging in do I send out email campaigns to them? Am I reaching out to them in social networks? Am I popping web campaigns? So all those technologies have to integrate.
Interesting. So can you also point to examples of companies that you know of that are really doing a great job in this area?
Yeah, I can. There's companies that we're working with that unfortunately I can't say their names, but in the banking industry, one of our companies is one of the top rated, consistently top rated. And as they look across our customer base, we may not think of banking as being very innovative. It's financial transactions we've been doing for centuries. But what they are doing with their customers is they're really getting into what are all the different sub-services and how do those customers want those to be delivered. So they started off being a very traditional telephone bricks and mortar type company, and now as they're looking where their customer base is global, their customer base is a very mobile customer base, so they do have to find these different technologies to reach out to them. So they're reaching into chat, they're reaching into mobile, and that's not really something you think about in banking, but that's what's helping keep them on top. So they're doing that there as well as in their product design.
Yeah, it probably helps set them apart from their competition as well.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So, Tina, what are some ways that companies that are struggling with their use of technology for customer experience, what are some steps they can take to get started down this path?
Well, we're here at Dreamforce, where we're all about the cloud, and that is one of the ways that companies that are really looking into how do I get to the next technologies, they can take advantage of this cloud concept. It can be hard for those companies to tie an ROI to the technology investments that they might have to make, and some of them might look large. The voice, we've been playing with voice for, call it 50 years, and so those technologies, how you buy those technologies are very known. How you manage agents and how you manage those interactions are all very well known. It's an unknown space still for even chat for some companies. So one way to dip your toe in the water is to use, for example, a cloud-based chat platform. So you're getting a pay-by-the-use platform. You're also buying expertise if you're going with a company that really knows the space, how to manage the agents. You're buying the expertise. What kind of agents do you hire? How do you train those agents up? What kind of skill sets should those agents have in addition to the technologies? So cloud providers who also have the process and operations management experience is one way to go.
Okay, great. Well, this has been terrific. Thanks so much for sharing your sites with us today.
Thank you very much.